Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. It is Sunday night and we are live and in effect right as the markets open in Asia, but it takes about 2 minutes for them to propagate over at Kitco's site, so we're going to answer a comment or two before we do that. But welcome one and all. Glad you're here with us tonight. We got A.E. Dinger says here, people who stack gold and silver are on the forefront of protecting money from becoming something that is tightly controlled by governments. It's about privacy, Sal, and you're touching probably the most important reason to own silver and gold, and that is how you like to save money outside of the system. If you don't turn under the system is going to turn on you. That's exactly right. Very well said, and you're right. There's something about that privacy aspect of it, for sure, and as more and more states recognize gold and silver as money, and even if they don't, you and I can transact in it. In fact, I know somebody's going to be getting some pretty big work done for a couple ounces of gold. I may do a video on that because I think it's quite a fascinating topic indeed. Matthew Crustlife, long time no see. Good to see all of you guys. Mind Your Own is here. DHS is here. Mike Matthews is here. And good to see all of you guys. Hamilton Informant. Let's do one more comment here, but yes, indeed, I think we answered that one. All right, and says here, Lone Patriot says, a lot of countries think that they have the same constitutional rights as we have here in America. I see this all the time on all topics. Although I do think they should, it's not up to me. Put what you have out, leave a minimum for your bills, people. That's right. The U.S. is unique. We have founding documents that limit what governments can do, and especially the Bill of Rights. So that is unique to this country. All right, very good. All right, let's see here. I'm glad you guys are with us tonight as we peruse our way through here. It is 2 minutes after 6. That means the Asian markets should be populating here, and it looks like we got a pretty good here, a little clip of an uptick and recovery in gold's price tonight. Look at that. Right out of the starting gate, it is up $12.70 at $3,216.40. No movement yet on the other metals, but we're going to keep an eye on that. Notice that platinum and palladium are back under $1,000 again, but that could change very quickly. We'll see here. Michael K is here. Larry Potter is here. Tank V is with us. Laurie Smith is here. Welcome. Bill Arrington. Michael Phillip. A good crowd with us tonight as we are watching the markets open up in real time. In fact, look at that. Silver also has sprouted forth a little bit here, recovering a little bit. It is up 4 cents to $32.42. No movement on the other metals. They do not trade as frequently as gold and silver do, by the way. Yes, appreciate you guys. Thank you. Andrew Potter was a 30-second thumb up. While you're here early, there's 124 of you. Yes, we could get to 100 thumbs up in an instant. If those of you who are here watching this to get us there, I think we could do it. All right, let's see here. So that's what the markets are doing right now. We'll always like to see what happens. Sunday nights have been pretty interesting in the past here. And this is the only channel that does a market watch as the markets open up on Sunday night. And so I would appreciate every one of you joining me here as we look at that. But while we watch these, you know, it's like sometimes it's like watching paint dry. So we go back and answer some comments as well and engage with you in the chat. And I appreciate you guys being here with me tonight as we have a comment here from Mr. Todd Delodore. I'm sure I'm butchering that name, but when they run together like that, it's very difficult. I'll just call him Mr. Todd. Australia has its head up its globalist butts. Globalist overseers are very pleased with their dog government leaders. How do I know this, you might ask? Well, explain to me how Australia has the highest credit rating in the world. Their entire military doctrine in case of an invasion is run away and let the U.S. die for them to secure their freedom. Remember the country Sri Lanka? They had a perfect credit rating too, until the corrupt president fled the country. Next day, their credit rating fell to default, and they were bankrupt. But why overnight did this happen and not over a few months or a year? They had their ill lapdog as a president. He was pushing their agenda. And I can keep going. Yeah, if a country's credit rating has less to do with their actual financial situation, more to do with the compliance of globalist ideology. Yep, and that's true. and makes you remember what these institutions that do that, how much we can rely on them, what it really means. Good point. All right. But let's see here. Okay. And let's do one more. We'll take a look at the markets again here as we peruse our way through this broadcast. We've got this from Troll Mate Defender says, my bank in the Midwest, and I'll let you, which one, First Interstate Bank, asked me what I was going to do with my money when I wanted to withdraw $5,000 from my account. Wow. Now, is that the Midwest United States of America? I don't know. Let me know. Interesting. Hello, Silver Drill Pickle. Good to see you. Lone Patriot is here. T Blue is here. Tom Larson is here. All right. Very good. Okay, let's take a look at the markets again. We've had a little bit more time for them to open up. Open up solid high. Gold up $14.10 to $3,217.80 now. Silver up 1 cent right now. Just 1 cent to $32.39. Platinum is up $1, making it $1 shy of $1,000 per ounce. $10 worth of difference between the bid and ask price for that. Yes, indeed. Good to see you guys. Timothy, welcome. Good to see you. Maria is with us. CCT is here. There's Cyber Curtain Twitcher. Check out his video he posted today. There's Carrie Taryn, and one of many is here. All right. So let's see here. We'll watch this. But so far, they're up a little bit. People may be taking a little bit of profits from the recent dips that we've been seeing in both metals. But silver above 32, at least, I guess. It would be nice to see it hit 33 and stay there. Master Blaster is here. Michael K still with us. And yes, indeed. Critic, I don't think it's going to do much for the metals, Silver Drill Pickle. And even when I did the video about it, it was not necessarily as a market report to think that silver and gold's going to soar. I don't think it's going to have that much of an effect, really. But anyways, I could be wrong on that. Let's see here. Okay, all is well says withdrawals 5K and over have to be questioned by teller here in the United States. I did not know that. I thought it was $10,000 we had to fill out a form. But good to see Dan W. is here. Welcome. Marilyn Hughes is here. Welcome, Marilyn. Good to see North Star Stacker is with us tonight as we peruse our way through the broadcast, watching these metals. So far, barely any movement at all for silver, but it is up 1 shiny red cent, whereas gold is up $14.10 tonight. All right, let's see here. And Bill 457 is here too. Yeah, not sure what's going to happen this week's close. It's tough to say at this point. I don't think there's a whole lot that I think is going to really move the needle a whole lot one way or the other, but you can put your guesses down below. As we now see silver up 2 cents right now, and gold pulling back slightly from its gains. Yes, indeed. 60 months. Wow, thank you, CCT. Wow, amazing. 60 months channel member. Thank you. I think you're the oldest, most consistent, and thank you so much for that, my friend. Wow. Good to see 8-Inch Destroyer is here. 8-Inch Destroyer is with us tonight. Welcome, welcome. Shout him out in tomorrow's video. All right, let's see here. We've got this from Glenn B5N. Interesting video about how gold is decoupled. It says in the UK, the Royal Mint are government backed, so the taxpayers pay for the gold. The government sells it back to us at full price. Crazy, it's our gold, yeah. Well, a lot of that, Glenn, though, is manufacturing costs and premiums tied to it. We got a lot of that here in the United States of America, too, but I digress. All right, very good. Yeah, very expensive coins to buy from the Royal Mint, indeed. Jason King chimes in this video about what this bank just did in Australia. If you've not seen that video, you should check it out. Didn't really get that many views, but it's really pretty big news. I mean, it's really draconian what's going on in Australia right now. All right, says here, I lived in Australia for a while. They are a lot more intrusive on their citizens. A restaurant can legally refuse you entry if they don't approve of your shoes or even your race. Well, Jason King, I would say that it could happen here in the United States too. And a restaurant can refuse service for any reason. That's actually Good thing. You should not force restaurants to accept anybody. It should be up. I mean, that's part of the operating business. That's part of freedom, in my view. But that's a whole different subject. Whoa, 8-inch Destroyer just sent 5 Salivated Metal gift memberships across the bow. Thank you, my friend. Look at that. Appreciate that. They all have been going out there. Thank you. First act of kindness tonight by 8-inch Destroyer. A shotgun blast of them there. 5. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And here, this video about what the former Treasury Secretary said. The following. This says, those who say they represent us and really represent debt-based fiat currency printed in our name are not worthy to print money out of cotton fiber. We pay dearly for their reckless spending in our name, done in the dark. We cannot be free when they bind us financially without any accountability. The debtor will always be the servant to the lender. Without accountability, freedom is only illusion, which is why we stack. Well said, well said. Whoa, and thank you so much, North Star Stacker, for the 10 spot. Appreciate that, my friend. Very kind of you, sir. And thank you to JM Unleashed for posting a link to the video about the big bank and what they were doing there. Appreciate you doing that. Welcome, sign up. Good to see you. All right. Appreciate you guys being here. Let's answer just a few more, and we're going to get right back to the markets and see what's happening. So far, it looks like a little bit of a recovery from what we saw on Friday and prior days. Self-aware. I want to buy some precious metals. Sorry, sir, there's a 10-day waiting period. Wait. I want to invest in offshore sweatshops, human trafficking, and illegal drug distribution. Here's your money, sir. Can we do anything else? Yeah, I know. It's crazy. That's kind of what we're doing. It's all about social credits, central bank digital currency. It really reeks of a move toward in that direction. It's crazy. Philibus is here. Good to see you. Welcome. Choking Ghost is with us tonight. Brad Wheeler is here. My coffee is here tonight. And we've got Eli says it's present in this video. Thank you so much for being here and watching as we take a look here. And we can see that there's movement. Silver up 2 cents right now, $32.40. Gold up $12, a 0.37% increase to $3,215.70. That's right. Platinum is up $1. Palladium is the only metal that's down today, and it's down $1. $10 worth of difference between platinum and palladium in the ask price, and crazy. Very good. And $50 for the difference between the two metals in the bid price. Just goes to show you which metal is more. Crazy. Very good. All right. Thank you so much. Oh, man. Thank you, Caroline Quinn, for the thumbs up. YouTube won't let me give you one. They hate me, and not as much as I have contempt for those. Yes, indeed, I hear you. Well, thank you, Caroline. Yes, if I don't know how many thumbs up we have, but if there is enough of you here that we could easily have 200 in an instant. If you were to press it. Appreciate it. And Winston Wolf is here. It's 11 p.m. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome, Winston Wolf. He says, don't mention Trump, Sal. Okay, I refuse to mention the name Donald Trump and what he's doing great for the country. I'm not going to say anything about Trump tonight. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to say that he's a good president. I'm not going to say that, he's getting rid of all the illegals. I refuse to say anything about Trump at all. I'm just not going to do it. And I'm not going to say anything. I'm just not going to do it. I refuse to do it. Why mention Trump's name when I don't have to mention Trump? Just not going to mention Trump. John Trump. I'm not going to mention that name. Just not going to do it. All right, let's see here. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's move on here and see what we've got here with some more comments. And Jerry Mandarin, 56.25 would be okay. That seems like a normal number that isn't a collapse somewhere. Yes. Well, even that's very, very out of reach right now, for sure. Of course, the number that I gave here in this video was the thought exercise. A lot of people did not, they didn't even listen to the first 30 seconds of the video before they made their comments. It's crazy. All right. Let's see here. What do we got here? Kurt Knorr is here. Welcome. A lot of good folks with us tonight. Appreciate you guys being here. And Let's see here. All right. What do we have here? James Unleashed is with us tonight. And good to see you guys. But yeah, 56.25. I don't think we're going to see that anytime soon either. Whoa, big test unit within one spot. Thank you for the dollar. Appreciate that. Big test unit. Thank you so much. And good to see Liberty Bleed Silver is here as well with us tonight. Check out Liberty Bleed Silver. Good to see you. Glad you're with us tonight. And all right. We've got Thomas Hammock says here. I used to think that it would be a cool place to retire, but since these, well, I can't say that for obvious reasons, but I wouldn't even visit. No, I understand that. All right, let's see here. Long Val Nicholas says on this video here, get up to this. Again, the notion of control of the price of silver seems to be delusional and be more and more excuse to justify the reality that silver is no more precious metal and will be slowly pushed out of industrial uses because of new and modern materials. Well, that's not going to happen anytime soon. Graphene is the biggest threat, and we're a long ways off for that, even with some of the recent developments there. What's behind us? The dollar's greatest value creation system of all time. The military is behind you at that. By the way, Bitcoin and gold are not the answers to the problem, because the fundamental problem is creation of real and productive value, storing it. Ridiculous if confronted with real economic decline. Universal fiscal crisis is a symptom corrected by creating value, not storing it. Well, yeah, there's value creation in a lot of different ways, but value can be stored in gold and silver. All right, very good. Let's see here. All right, you guys are great. Thank you for being here tonight. Appreciate you. The best streams are the ones that don't mention Trump, like you have never done before. All right, very good. Hey, there's 66 Sam is here. Welcome. Glad you guys are here tonight. I appreciate you. We're watching these markets move here and answering some comments. Appreciate you guys joining me here. Let's get up here and see what we've got. We've got Zardoz with some algorithm food. Thank you, Zardoz. I appreciate that. And here's a classic case of somebody who really didn't watch the video. He didn't watch the video. I got a lot of people who didn't watch this video, didn't understand what it was about or what it meant. And of course, even if you read the title, you would get a hint. And even this comment has nothing to do with the title. I mean, I appreciate Truth Watcher's comment. He says, dreaming, if that happens, a loaf of bread will be $200. Well, that's just it. It's about debt, and it's about what the debt is valued. A lot of things would be revalued. That's the whole thought exercise. It would be about revaluing everything. So yeah, bread would be that too. Everything would change. It would be a reset. That's the whole point of what it is. James LeQuay, good evening. Hope all is well. Thank you, James LeQuay, for the $1.99. Appreciate it. Doing well. Hope you're doing well. But that's the whole point. It's the thought exercise there. But let's see here. Count Trumpula. Any bank ever wants to play games with me? Well, the best wonder if the bank will be there the next business day. Yes, indeed. That's right. That's right. Exactly. And Richard Metcalf, I would think that, at least in the States, that would be a violation of the Fourth Amendment and Constitution. Yeah, you would think. You would think. But apparently, there's a lot of things that violate the amendments and the Constitution itself that have been written into law. Some people feel the Patriot Act was one of those. Silver Scientist is here. Good to see you guys. Ann's 1293 is with us here. And Maj D 84. Anything is possible. Probably not likely, though. At this point, $50 per ounce would be nice. Well, yeah. MJD, it's not really about, it's about recognizing and resetting kind of what the whole system is behind it, which is what it would be value. If we measured silver's value based off of our debts, then that's what the price would be. Yes, indeed. All right, we've got Cybercurrent Switcher says, screw the banks. I agree. Their sole purpose is to lawfully rob you of your hard-earned money. They haven't hardly anything out of me in a decade. It was one small fee for buying gold from the Royal Mint using my credit card. Lesson learned. Yeah, no, I hear you. And sometimes if you pay those credit cards off in 30 days, you don't incur any interest. So that's good. All right. Welcome, Lidford. Good to see you. Jason N is here. And there's Todd Dossett is here. Yeah, we pray for the people of Kentucky. Like 17, 18 deaths, I think. Yeah, last I hear, I heard 21 originally. We pray for the people of Kentucky, indeed. Sorry, yeah, that's awful. Rocky Superstar is here. Welcome, Rocky. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Yes, indeed. All right, we've got Tall Cedars on this video that I did about the former Treasury Secretary's warning. Says, we have paid for everything we need as a society. The debt is not our doing, so we don't print and digitize spending. Debt will increase as those in government get what they want. Exactly right. That's really what it's about. It's crazy. Yep, they get what they want, and we have to pay the piper for it. It should not be that way. But anyways, all right. Okay, let's see here. Let's now take a look at the markets again and see what's happening there. Okay, silver sprouting forth a little bit higher tonight. It's up now a dime to $32.48, and gold is up almost 1% right now. So there's a little bit of a uptick in the increased prices here tonight. Gold up $29.80 at $3,233.50. Platinum is now just reached $1,000. Palladium down $1. It's crazy. All right. Down, down, down. Very good. Little Lamb is here. Good to see you. Yes, a little bit of a bigger move here as the evening goes on with gold and silver prices. All right. Yep, we've been taken to the cleaners. Elliot Scott, seems like the harder they talk it down, the more resistant it gets. That's right, exactly. Hello, Wally's Train. Good to see you. This is why we should never give up on gold and silver, for sure. Mr. Happy Stacker, welcome. Good to see you. All right, Chief. We've not seen Chief in a while. Welcome to Chief. All right, Chief says here. Also, I'd like to say I may be a conspiracy theorist here, but this is why I think they have all those spending tracker apps, the ones that the markets call us. Are you paying 11 Netflix subscriptions? Let us cancel that for you by diving deep into your bank accounts and personal information. Just get a new car, bro. What do you mean more than one Netflix account? Shoot, sometimes I got to cancel Netflix for the month so I can afford cigarettes. Want a better path to financial freedoms, but still wild. Yep, everything, convenience comes at a price many times. For sure, you're exactly right. All right. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dan's right. $900 billion before Reagan entered office. And by the time Reagan entered office, we had deficit and debt spending. And, of course, it wasn't all Reagan's fault. It was a complicit Congress who was Democratic controlled at the time. Reagan made a deal with Tip O'Neill, the Speaker of the House at the time, that says, hey, I'll give you all the money for your social programs if you let me get nuclear arms and defense spending, increase defense spending. And boom, everything got bigger. Government got bigger under Reagan. And of course, Clinton entered office. And we had a balanced budget, but still the debt grew. And I don't know if he doubled it, but by the time Bush got into office, the national debt doubled in his 8 years. And by the time he left office, here comes it was after Bush. Then you had Obama in his 8 years. Then the national debt doubled yet again, and then you had Trump, and then in Trump's first 4 years, the national debt doubled again. That's right. You see a pattern here, folks? It's a bipartisan problem, and it is a huge problem. It is awful. And who is paying for it? It's those of us who are paying 40% plus more in taxes every year. We are the ones that are getting hit with this, and it's insane. But anyways, all right. Let's see here. Very good. Thank you, Chief. Yep, you're right. You got to. Very good. All right, let's see here. Okay. That's right, Michael K. Entitlements and out of control spending. You're exactly right. And let's see here. Let's get over here and see what we've got. We've got Richard Metcalf. Government never seemed to want to address the elephant in the room. The debt clock doesn't seem to be slowing down much. That's exactly right. Yep, exactly right. Very good. And we've got FN 59 Shaw. Says here, I'm kind of a super stacker, not stalker. Welcome, Billy Dog. Good to see you, Dilly Dog. Dilly Dog, good to see you. I'm kind of a super stacker, definitely not new, but I did get the 5-ounce silver at spot from Summit Metals and thought, whoa, there's a chunky salivating round. I'm happy I got some other stuff, but the shipping is strange. Free shipping is a high bar, but it automatically chooses FedEx for extra money. Anyway, I'm going to have a chunky salivate metal round in my pocket every day. Nice. Well, congratulations. Are you saying that at the 5-ounce silver spot, you got a salivate metal round as part of that? That's interesting. Wow. Well, congratulations. For those of you who don't know, yes, Summit Metals, they do require $250 in order to get the free shipping. But you go to the Summit Starter Pack. You can get 5 ounces at spot, so you'd obviously have to buy more than that. And this is the price before the code is entered. So check out Summit Metals. All right. Good to see you guys. All right. And let's see here. We've got Greg Moonsterman says a 2005 Walking Liberty dollar. Well, they call that a silver eagle in my neck of the woods. But yes, indeed, it is indeed a silver dollar, a silver eagle. All right, Eddie Smith says, I've seen 9.999 and 999.9, now 0.9999. Yes, lots of nines there. And they all mean the same thing. It's just they put the decimal in different places. And in fact, I've even seen it where there's no decimal at all. It just shows 9999 fine. Yes, indeed. Very good. And thank you to JM Unleashed for posting a link to the Summit Metals website. Thank you, Clinton DeMoss. Appreciate you guys being here. Welcome, welcome. Glad you all are with me here tonight as we peruse through here and watch the metals continue to climb here. We've got gold and silver moving up. Gold is up $32.10. That's a 1% increase now to $3,235.80. Silver is up 12 cents, moving not as fast as gold, obviously at the same pace here, just over a third of a percentage point, up 12 cents to $32.50. That is a critical technical level there for silver, so we'll see if it can hold above that. All right, whoa. Oh man, Elliot Scott excited to order 2 Sal coins. I got the starter pack and forgot to use the silly code. Wow. Well, you might be able to do it again. If you didn't use the code, I think you're still a good, well, first-time customer. You might be able to, you could probably call them. But yes, indeed. All right. Very good. Let's see here. All right. We'll get back to that in a moment. The old man says, as more people move away from fiat, the more you will see this. Capital controls are next. I tell you what, it is crazy. We're seeing things now that many of us didn't think we'd see in our lifetimes, but here we are. We're seeing it, witnessing it. It's crazy. All right. Oh yeah. Let's see here. North Star Stacker picked up some 1-ounce Queen's Beast Completer bars. Nice. Congratulations. Good to see Laurie Smith up from Canada is here with us tonight. A lot of good folks here with us this evening. Appreciate you guys joining me here on this broadcast as we look at the markets and answer some of your comments, such as Mike's comment, Michael K., who says this. Michael K., let me get over here to make this thing effective. Buy gold, silver, get out of fiat now. Just hold enough to take care of business. There you go. Yes, I tell you what, there's nothing like feeling the security that no matter what policy comes into place, they're not going to get your gold and silver. That's for sure. All right, very good. As he witnessed Sullivan and Slurping at the end time. That's right, exactly. All right. Gerrymandering stalks online bullion dealers. There you go. It's always good to look for the best deals from all of them. Vegas Stacker is here. THS gives us a thumbs up report. 169 thumbs up. There's enough people here now that we could get 300 in an instant. If everybody were to press a thumbs up that's signed in to an account. All right, can you imagine if that happened? If y'all were to refresh and boom, all of a sudden we got 300 thumbs up? I know it won't happen, but it could. That's the thing, is there's always a possibility that it could. But some people, gravity is a horrible thing. It's very difficult for them to lift their hands or their fingers to tap the thumbs up button. All right, let's answer one more comment here in this round, and then we'll get back to the markets again. Stay tuned. Stay with me here as we see what Master Blaster has to say. I would not want to be the head of the Fed right now. He's getting it from all directions. Indeed he is. And some people would make the argument that being the case, that means he's probably doing the right thing if he's getting criticism from both sides, right? But anyways, all right, let's see here. But that's true. All right, we'll see here. There you go. Yeah, fine bullion prices is a good place to go. Thank you, James Unleashed. All right, let's answer this one, then we'll take a look here and see what the markets are doing. Let's get through this one. From Hieronymus, says, love the matte finish on this Perth Mint bars against the shine of the seal's backing. Classy. You think you get more of that look of the Western European mints, not from the mints in the outback, but they used to send their prisoners to. Australia has a lot of pride in gold. I guess it would be in the blood of their nation to have that pride, being of outlaw lineage. Yeah, there you go. That's right. True that. Pommy Ray, good to see you. All right. Let's see here. Welcome. Glad you guys are with us tonight. Let's take a look at the markets. What are they telling us now? Okay, well, gold continues to climb here. It's up now, $31.10. $31.10 for gold. And silver's up 14 cents. Up 14 cents right now to $32.52. So above that critical level for gold. All right, let's see here. I'm sorry, 32.52, the critical level. That's one of the technical levels there. Supports, rather, for silver. We're watching that tonight. See what happens. All right. Let's see what we've got happening here. Okay. And palladium is not doing anything tonight. It was down $1, but it is now just flat. Just flat. And but yeah, there it is in gold, up $28.20 right now. No movement on rhodium. It's very rare that we see rhodium move on a Sunday night unless it glitches like crazy. All right. Jason Ivey is here. Guy will go silver, but go slow. Exactly. Yes, indeed. All right. Yes, India attacking Pakistan. Yep, the benchodes and murderchodes and all that. And let's see here. We've got Brad Wheeler says, holding silver and gold can make us our own savings account. That's exactly right. I'm buying a little bit every month, adds to our account, and I will only sell when I have to. Thank you for the video. A lot of excitement in precious metals lately. There sure is. And I tell you what, it just bolsters the point that we're doing the right thing by holding on to our precious metals, no matter what. Yes, indeed. No matter what the price is, it's always a good idea to have them. There's something very valuable with holding something that's anonymous and can't be tracked by anybody once it's in your possession. Exactly. Appreciate you guys being here tonight. Thanks for the thumbs up. All right, thank you. All right, Gordon Siskes, we have 213 thumbs up. That's Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment number, so we got to get past that, right? AKA 47 is here. Appreciate you guys. Let's see here. We've got Gordon Clay on this video that's a very controversial video, even though it's a thought exercise. If South Africa goes as crazy as I think, that will happen to gold value when big mines flood out. Gold will soar. Very well could. Very well could. Let's see here. Yes, indeed. Let's see what we've got happening. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And let's see here. We've got this from Jean Lefebvre's. And Jean Lefebvre's, and we'll look at the markets after this. Let me get over to that. It says, I rent houses for new $100 bills. When I put in the banks, I write what address, the deposit, and month it covers. The reason I do that, the questions the teller asks, this is done here in the USA just like Australia. I try to be transparent to avoid being called a drug dealer. I pay tax on every rent dollar, and the USA taxpayer can repair and improvements to set taxes legally. This is tax planning, not tax evasion. I use depreciation of assets and local property taxes and a good CPA to farm the system. All right, there you go. Yep, I don't blame you. Tax planning. Good point. All right. 388 viewers. Appreciate you guys being here. We've had over 1,000, I think maybe twice. I'm not sure exactly at live, but I'm not sure. Somewhere thereabouts. It was one crazy night. Crazy night. And, but yes. Very rare, though. David says here, just like corporate secrets, you have ordinary people secrets. I should not have to give up my strategy on how to make money, especially if the bank has to pay me. Exactly. Let's take a look what's happening now, folks. We're looking at the markets and seeing a very slight pullback from the gains, but still up. Well, actually, gold is up now over 1% slightly. $3,235.90. Silver up 13 cents now to $32.51. That's a 0.4% increase. A little behind, but gold is showing some resiliency here, staying well above that $3,200 mark. And so there it is. Platinum is now up $2 to right at $1,000 for an ounce of platinum right now. It's crazy. 3 to 1. More than 3 to 1 is a ratio between gold and platinum right now. It's nuts. All right. Mike, my dog, is here. Welcome, R. Delgado. Good to see Shane. Appreciate you guys being here. All right. And thank you, Soul Dad. Yes, appreciate the thumbs up. All right. And let's get back to some of these comments, see what people are saying on this video here about what the big bank did in Australia. This is from Nobody Cares. He says, crazy world, and not only banks. I've received a report from my electric utility company stating I have to use too much electricity, that I need to get efficient right away. I'm very frugal with my electric usage and have never been late with payments on my electricity, not once. I shop for the best rates every year. Since when the bank's electric utility companies, soon maybe grocery stores, next door got so much power that they have the audacity to tell me what to do and how to spend our money. As far as I'm concerned, they are to do a service for us in which they get paid, especially banks, which hold our money and use it as they please. Of course, they will tell you it's not your money once it's deposited with the bank. But that's rubbish, and it should be legally corrected by Congress as soon as it may be. Yeah, well, I don't know about you, but I pay power to the company that serves the area. There is no competition in power. But nonetheless, yeah, I hear you on that. Very good. Welcome, Jeff Reynolds is here. Good to see you. Oh, my goodness gracious. Michael K., I didn't realize you got COVID. Hope you feel better, my friend. Take it easy. Take some vitamin D3 and get plenty of rest, vitamin C and zinc. Hope you feel better soon, my friend, Michael K. Sorry you got the COVID. All right. Let's see here. We have got Note Adventure. Oh, not even a real human. I'm sorry. It's just hard to read that. A good video on how I view things personally. The government is out of control and needs to be knocked down. They have yet to prove they can actually do it. Exactly. Exactly right. Hello, N Daystar. Welcome, N Daystar. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you being with us tonight. Yeah, feel better, Michael K. Be praying for you. And we've got Ocker 2000. See what Ocker 2000 has to say on this one. Then we'll revisit the markets again. Appreciate you guys. Let's see here. It says it's happening in the Netherlands as well. These banks hide behind government regulation. They pick on legal individuals with savings accounts. Yet these are the same banks who have been fined almost €1 billion in fines for involvement with money laundering. They enable criminals to use their bank accounts to commit crimes. However, we should be aware that the size of the black money economy and its use of precious metal, just look at the size of Bitcoin around the world, maybe around 50-50 even with the legal money circuit. A good chunk of criminal money runs through Bitcoin. Criminals also use anonymous precious metals to trade and store their loot. Indeed they do. But there's a lot more people that use it for good reasons, or just have it they're not using it for unlawful purposes. Thank you for your comment. You're right, Ocker. Maria says here, Children of the Revolution, a song. We are the children of the revolution. They won't fool us with the rigging. Exactly right. They surely will not. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah. And let's get over here and take a look at the markets now. Yes, a good crowd. I appreciate you guys being here tonight with me. And we are looking at the metals complex as they open up in Asia. And we can see that there's movement in a positive direction pretty substantially, for this time of night. And in the Asian markets, gold up $27.50, a 0.86% increase to $3,231.20. Silver up 11 cents to $32.49. All right. Yes, indeed. And palladium not moved at all, and platinum is now up $3 at $1,001. There it is. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Let's get over this way. See what we've got with some other comments. We got Dandy Don's Life. I think it's been a little while since we've seen Dandy Don's Life. He says, wow, it's coming to us. Stack and be ready. Something is going on. That's why I stack. Maybe not now, but it's coming. Yep, be prepared. But you know what? It's one of those things where some people, they salivate, pun intended, so much at the concept of something serious or something big, catastrophic happening, so that they can feel vindicated with their precious metals. But I guarantee you, if something really bad happened, we got bigger problems on our hands than our precious metals. So just be careful what you wish for. I'm not saying you're wishing for it, but just some people have that mindset. Tall Cedars has got a question for me here. He says, I have a question, Sal. If silver went to, say, $10,000 an ounce, what shape do you think the economy will be at the current rise in inflation, loss of cash, etc.? Looking into the future, as you envision at this point, it's too much for this new stacker to even give an idea of that. One thing that did come to mind is it would be an inflationary nightmare. If this doesn't make any sense, it's okay. It's just my mind wandering aimlessly. Well, yeah, that's basically as an appendage to my previous comment. If silver gets to $10,000 an ounce, we got bigger problems and profits from silver going up to $10,000 an ounce. Everything else would be up dramatically. It'd be crazy, especially if it happened very quickly. Hyperinflationary scenario and a big move, we'd have huge problems on our hands, especially. So yeah, don't wish for that kind of thing to happen. All right, Robert P., any advice for a new stacker? Starting in February of this year and got myself accountable to grab a 10th ounce gold each month. Should I have the same goal for silver? I think so. It'd be a good idea to stack both gold and silver as a beginning stacker, but you're doing great. And one way to do that, now this is a full disclaimer. This is a channel sponsor, is Summit Metals. But if you're doing the dollar cost averaging thing, there's something called Auto Invest. And they do have some of the best prices for 10th ounce gold. But you can pick here 10th ounce gold American Eagle based off the current price. And that's a pretty competitive price for that. and you can set that up to happen automatically every month, to be canceled at any time you so desired, as long as it's within 5 business days of the first of the month, because I think that's how they do it. But not a bad idea to add a little silver to that as well. Whatever it is every month, or however you want to do it. You can add as many of these, or tube, or 4, or what have you, and they can get you set up on that. That's one way to do it. The other thing to do is just be agile with and get different things and buy on your own. But yeah, I think that's a good idea to start out with. But both metals. I think it's a good idea to probably stack both metals, even as a new stacker. But just realize that the price could go down. The price could go down as soon as you buy. But part of dollar cost averaging is about understanding that loss and gain, and it evens out in the end. It evens out. Stacking Surfer. Yes, indeed. It will be an interesting week for metals. Good to see you, sir. Check out Stacking Surfer's channel. Great channel over there. Great guy. Great member of the precious metals community. As we watch these markets and responding to your comments, let's take a look now and see what's going on with the gold and silver right now. And we can see that all the metals are in the green, except for rhodium right now. Crazy. Gold is up $30.70. That's almost a percent move to $3,234.40. Silver is up 0.4 of a percentage point to up 13 cents at $32.51. Platinum is up 3. Palladium is up 2 right now. Very good. Thank you, JML Lace, for posting a link to Stacking Surfer's channel. And I can slurp my coffee here just for gits and shiggles. And let's see here. All right. Thank you, Tall Cedars. We got John Power with this question about the big bank. I don't keep much in the bank anymore, but deposits go in and I need to reduce my balance periodically. I don't spend as much as I get a deposit anymore. The bigger banks are in trouble already. I'm in a smaller co-op credit union. Stay away from Bank of America and JP Morgan and every big bank right now. It's already starting. Tell you what. It's crazy. It might not be a bad idea to look into some of those credit unions. You're right. Very good. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. And we've got this. We've got from Krusty Zimmerman. When I was married, I assume that means he's not married anymore. We moved house and bought one twice the price of the one we were selling with the help of a large mortgage. We actually overborrowed to create spare cash as a contingency against ill health and such, as we wouldn't be able to borrow more at the time in such an eventuality. After a few years, we refinanced through our $60K nest egg with it in 2008. We moved the money from one account to another via check, or as you might say, a check. I guess he's Canadian. The bank wanted us to know where the money came from, so I filled out a form with the very same information that was already on the check I had sent them. They needn't have already bothered asking, and they were fine with my answer. Okay, interesting. All right, wow. Yeah, it just depends. A lot of things run through the cracks. I'm not sure, but anyways. All right, Jeff Higgins. Jeff Higgins says the following here on this video. Says, precious metals, silver mainly, going up will not affect the price of various items. Some will see a small increase in those things that are composed of silver, possibly. Yes, I think you're right for the most part on that. Yes, all right. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. I think I've done that before. I've sold some silver I didn't like and bought some gold with it. Not very often. Very rarely do I do that. Sell Mortimer Sell. Thank you, Sell Mortimer Sell. He says this. Greetings, Sal Nation. The cure for all what ails you. Slurp Irish coffee. Lift weights and stack silver from behind the communist curtain. Eugene, Oregon. Thank you, Sell Mortimer Sell. And yes, I'm going to turn those machines back on. Good to see you. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. Very kind of you indeed. Good evening, Silversmith. Welcome. Yeah, nice little jump on silver's price right now. Looking at it again, it is up 16 cents now. Look at that. This is the highest it's been all night. Up 16 cents now, half a percentage point increase, with gold now well over a 1% increase, up $36.50 to $3,240.20. Silver up 16 cents to $32.54. Yeah, crazy. Hello, iReview. Good to see you. Waving to us here. All right. Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Let's take a look at what George Montgomery has to say on this video. Before we get to that, let's get this thing happening here. No, there is no BRICS nations currency yet, Gordon Sisk. That was a real big hype job that I fell into as well, thinking that it could be coming, but it is not. There's been talk about it for quite a while, but anyways, not there yet. George says, under a sound money system where gold and silver become a unit of exchange, its value is determined by its rarity. The rarity is determined by the number of people using it for an exchange. $5,000 an ounce of silver will not equate to $100 bread unless enough people are willing to pay for it. Well, demand is really the ultimate factor and value of things when it's all said and done. It's about demand. But I digress. All right, let's see here. But you're right, it may not necessarily equate exactly to a $100 loaf of bread. Fair point on that. Steve C says, 2006 to 2025, let's start asking these questions. Something just don't jive. Yes, exactly. That's right. And here we've got S Varma 8486 on this video says, by listening to like-minded people like you, I have amassed a substantial amount of bullion and done very well. If anyone tries to steal it, they will end up with a hernia. As someone in his 60s, I have dealt with financial analysis. I've not seen their multi-million-dollar houses or cars. I do deal with analysts, but I always ask first, what have you got? Then we talk. I'm now advising my 2 financial analysts on bullion investing for their children. Generational wealth is so important. Well done, S. Varma. That is great. That is awesome. Very good. Cool. All right. Welcome, Nickel Stacking. Thanks for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. Good to see you. All right. Let's do one more here before we look at the markets again and then come back to this. All right. He says Larry Summers Samuelson ran Havoud's endowment into the red back in 2008. The money managers basically told Summers that there was too much money in the stock market, too much risk. A famous manager told him he was basically gambling with the rent money. Summers refused to pull assets out of an overpriced market. The manager resigned because he had fiduciary responsibility. Interesting. Wow. Did not know that. Okay, let's see here. Oh, yeah, let's see. We have got Cat on this video says this. Canada has been doing this for years. As soon as you want to withdraw $2,500 or more, you get the third degree. It used to be $5,000, but they cut it in half. Wow, crazy, crazy. MM 12684, South Stacks Rivals and Egyptian Pharaohs. All right. Oh my goodness gracious. Don't know about that. Let's see here. Let's put that in here, and then let's get back over here and take a look at the markets. Oh, look at this. They keep going up and up and up. Wow. Gold up 1.16% now to $37.10, $3,240.80. And you think about this here, gold far outperforming silver tonight. It has moved just in the first few minutes of the night more than silver's entire price per ounce, which is at $32.55, 0.17%, a 0.5% increase there. Whoa, Empire Precious Metals is here. Thank you, brother. He blew me a kiss. And $2.99 super chat. Check out Empire Precious Metals channel. Posts some great content. Also has his auctions, I think, on Tuesdays. So check him out. Very cool. Thank you, brother. Good to see you. And there's Silver Heist, who also posted a video today. Good to see you. He had some twins Winklevoss at him the other day. No, I'm kidding. Is there a wink button? We need a Wink Martindale button. We need the Winklevoss twins to press the Wink Martindale button on for us. You know what I mean? That'd be fun. All right. So there we go. Thank you. Good to see you guys. Appreciate you guys being here tonight. All right. Let's see here. Mark Hazley says, 3304. I might answer, do you really think after buying groceries and clothes at $4,000 to $5,000 that there will be much left for buying a few dinners and tips? They want to know withdrawals are for approved items and not for assets like gold, silver, guns, ammo that might loosen the chains of humanity. All right, yes. Well, I tell you what, that's just it. They're going to get to a point where they're going to know everything. I know that sounds crazy, but I think eventually that's where we're headed if we keep going on some of the paths we're at. So it's always good to have some good precious metals on hand and to worry about that. All right, thank you, JM Unleashed. And all right, no worries, got to run to leave an avocado. All right, there you go. Thank you, Empire Precious Metals. And thank you, JM Unleashed, for posting a link to his and Silver Heist channel. We got Rocky Superstar, who was in here earlier tonight, and he's going to actually, I don't know if he might go on live tonight at 8. Check out Rocky Superstar. Good morning, Sal. I'm bullish on gold and silver. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. That's exactly right. I am too. All right. All right. Let's see here. And let's press on through here. Yankee Doodle Stacker is with us tonight. Good to see Tube Supio is with us. Who needs 3C PPO when you got Tube Supio? All right. We got Brian Corwin, 9525, says, wasn't the former Treasury Secretary probably in on it? Probably so. Probably so. Probably so. Bob S. is here. Welcome. Good to see you guys. All right, Elliot is still with us tonight. Yeah. Let's see here. And Annie Oakley is with us tonight. Good to see you, Annie. Listening while she sees about with the critters. And I'm slurping on my chaser right now. FN59 Shaw says this. I just got a 2-ounce silver round for $86.89. Also got 5 ounces of silver at spot from Summit Metals. Way to go. Nice done. Nicely done. All right. Very, very cool. Yeah, that spot deal has been going for a while at Summit Metals. Okay. Oh, yeah, let's take a look at the gold to silver ratio. I've been remiss to mention that. But before we get to that, look here. We've got gold is now up 1.13% tonight, outperforming silver by more than double to $3,239.90. Silver is up 17 cents to $32.55. Platinum is up 3. Palladium is up 2. And this has now widened the gold to silver ratio due to this activity here with gold greatly outperforming silver tonight, which is a little bit strange in some ways, but I guess in some ways nothing surprises me anymore. But it has widened it to almost to 100 to 1 again. It's at 99.84 right now. All right. Kevin Marr. Wait, before you leave, Kevin. Wait, stick around, Kevin. I got something for you on the way out, Kevin Marr. Here we go. Hold on. It's in stereo. Put your headphones on. Oh, yeah, that's for you, Kevin. Oh, I hope you enjoyed that. Now you can leave. Now you can leave, Kevin. You have my permission. You can go. Okay? All right. Very good. Steve C., good to see you. Welcome. Welcome. All right. Let's see here. And we've got Goldilocks with a hard S at the end. Appreciate him, says here. Says, happening more frequently here in the UK. Know of a number of similar cases. Even a well-known UK bullion YouTuber had major issues with his bank withholding payment transfers on his sales purchases. Wow. Yes, crazy. I think it's going to become more common. I don't know what the laws are in the United States. I know 10,000 is a thing, but anyways, I'm not sure what it would be for 5,000. That's interesting. I might have to ask my bank about that. All right, let's see here. We got DW. Sal, would you buy today at the gold dip or wait for a bigger dip? Just want your opinion, and I know you're not a financial advisor. Well, good question. I probably would buy. I'm tapped out right now. I have a piece on order that I paid much higher prices for now. Phoebe Cats moving in stereo is better than salivate slurping and coffee in stereo. Yes, indeed, they are. Indeed, it is, for sure. All right, let's see. Angry Patriot, welcome. Yeah, and by the way, who is Phoebe? Phoebe Katz. I don't know who Phoebe Katz is. Silver Heist, I'm sorry. I don't know who that is. All right, Gordon says, Sal, why do some people like privy marks? Has your view of them shifted? No, I'm not. To me, that's kind of gimmicky. I'm not a big fan of privy marks. But they're all the rage. The Royal Canadian Mint went hog wild on them for a while. But anyways, but yes. But they don't do them as much these days. Now the United States Mint is doing them now. Oh, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Okay, but she was on Friends. Okay. Phoebe was on Friends. I remember her on Friends. But I don't remember her moving like crazy. I don't know. In stereo. Do the stereo. Yeah, I've never seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And maybe it's because the movie was kind of slow. I don't know. Let's see here. But I have seen Dumb and Dumber, so there's that, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, I've never seen that. Took her top off. Yeah, I never saw the movie. I have to watch it. I've never seen it. I know that was a classic one, but I never saw it. All I saw was Dumb and Dumber. You know what I mean? All right. Let's see here. Okay, we've got that Chief. Yes, we've long time no see. Hello, Chatty says. Maybe he'll pop in tonight. You never know. Also in Gremlins. Okay, Gremlins. Very cool. Truthful Troll is here. And let's do one more. We'll take a look at the markets again. NFL says this. Loving that Mercury on the bottom left. What ounce is that and where can I find one? I don't know that they make them anymore, but that is Intaglio Mint. Makes that. And it's a 2-ounce bullion piece. But it's pretty cool. All right, she was hot and hot in the 80s. All right, very cool. I'll have to check her out. What's her last name? Is that the actress's name? Phoebe. All right. And the Sugar High Liquor album coming out. I got to get some session musicians in for the drums and the kazoo on that one. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that song's kind of fizzled out, but we got to keep it alive. Sugar High Liquor. Oh, yeah. All right, Richard Metcalf. Very interesting. Sal didn't expect the 8-to-1 ratio. Coincidence. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. That's how the math worked out. It was nuts. All right, let's take a look here at the markets. Look at this. Silver is up 18 cents now. It's the highest it's been all night to $32.56 now. And gold is up 1.17%, up $37.40 tonight to $3,241. Phoebe Cates, okay. Phoebe Cates. I've never heard. I'll have to look her up, okay. Phoebe Cates. All right. So there it is. Silver up 18 cents, $32.50. Now 19 cents, $32.57. Gold up $40 now. Wow. $40 tonight. That's a 1.25% increase to $3,243.70. I wonder what the Asian markets are nervous about. Interesting. This should prove very interesting to see what happens with the metals as they open up in London, and also when the New York markets open up 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Oh, yeah. Bill Arrington, very informative, Sal. That's why a dollar cost average. Amen, brother. Exactly. Good plan. Good plan. There's Tucson Bubba's with us tonight. Good to see you, Tucson Bubba. Kilroy says, well done. Thanks. So thank you, sir. Appreciate you watching. Let's refresh these comments while we do that. Monday there, where Cyber Curtain Twitcher is in the United Kingdom. Have a great night, my friend. Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah. As you look at these markets, look at that. Gold up $40 right now. Now it's pulled back slightly. Now it's up $36.80 right now. $3,240.50. Silver up 18 cents. $32.56. Wow. All right. There it is tonight. Okay. Chad Wolf is with us tonight. Rocky was on earlier in the night, Truthful Troll. Mark Razor is here. And Mark Razor is saying we should get used to $32.50 for the long term. Okay. All right. We'll see. He could be right on that. Stacker Factor is here. Got some platinum coming in the mail tomorrow. Is it a 10th ounce or a 1 ounce? There are third of an ounces that are available now too, but those are usually the two sizes for platinum is 1 ounce and 10th ounce. So curious if it's going to be one of those or third of an ounce. You very rarely see half ounce platinum pieces, but it is possible. Tucson Boa, thank you for the 5 spot. Appreciate that for Sal's Coffee Fund. Appreciate that. Here we go. Oh, whoa, it is a half ounce graded eagle. Nice. All right. Very cool. Sweet Home, Pennsylvania. There's Dean R. is with us. All right. Let's take a look at some of these comments, see what people are saying here. Down with some of these here on this video. Just go to show you that different people's take on this video. It says here, this is not a fairy tale, says JSL Cummings. This will happen. It's only a matter of time. This is the bare minimum in terms of silver's value. This assumes no industrial use, only monetary. It could easily be 2 to 10 times up from this evaluation. Mind-blowing, I know. This also assumes the above-ground available amounts are not lies. I think it's safe to say they are overinflated numbers. Well, I think that would account for a reset, and the reset probably would more likely mean that the dollar would go back to what it used to be in terms of what it is. You could buy more for $1, in other words, than you can now. But I could be wrong. But yes, indeed. All right. And Andrew Potter says silver might not be going to the moon, but it will still be here when the dollar is gone. Exactly right. Amen. Very well stated. You're exactly right about that. Roller skating SAG actor. It says this. What will happen in Weimar, Germany can happen again. If the U.S. debt can't be controlled and there's no revaluation of gold, which has been done in the U.S., then what's the end game? A reset means exactly that. That's right. Very well said. And he watched the video. He got it. What it was in this thought exercise. Very true. And there's Steve C. is with us tonight. Appreciate Steve C. being here. You were the man. And let's see here. Good crowd with us tonight. Anybody have a thumbs up count? I wonder if we could get 300 thumbs up tonight. Is that a possibility? Let's see here. Flaky Booger says, AI computers will be able to create material that replicates silver's traits. Then AI will create a machine that can manipulate light at atomic level to synthesize gold, silver, wood, etc. Well, I think you're giving AI a little bit too much credit. There's some things that they have this technology apparently that can create gold out of lead, but it really turns out to be that it creates such a minute amount through the CERN super collider that I don't think it's going to happen. But yeah, it's a think you're giving AI a little bit too much power. Yes, it is possible they could create material or synthesize a formula to create the material, but physics is a very powerful thing. You got to get, there's only so much it can do out of physics. But anyways, Mark Nard says, I hope nobody will take this seriously. Silver will have problems with this new all-time high, and yet dreaming of 5K. Well, Mark Nordgaard, I can tell you didn't watch this video. You didn't watch a single second of this video, because it's not about what the price of silver is that it's going to happen. It's about what would happen, the price of silver, if we value it based off of the debt, the world debt. All right. Let's see here. Stacker factor. Even if AI could do that, the powers that be would never let us have that. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. All right. Thank you so much. Silver Hair Stacker is here. He didn't twist his arm, and I didn't twist it either. Good to see you. All right. Winston Wolf, thank you. It's 288 thumbs up. Thank you, my friend. You can create all sorts of gold and unlimited energy. The gold they're producing in CERN actually disappears in 7 minutes, I believe, because it's an isotope which decays. Yes, exactly right. It's just going to be, it's near impossible. There's not enough computing power. And even if you had enough computing power, there is this thing called physics and matter and the like. Just is not going to happen. It won't happen. All right. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let's see what we've got. All right. Where are we at with this? Mr. E. Good to see Mr. E. Sean, 8237. Says this. Here are the following. Australia went full on commie years ago. The reaction to the pandemic was outrageous. The people foolishly gave up their firearms years ago. Now the people have to sit back and be ruled because they have no recourse. I feel bad for the few that didn't want to roll over, but most of them get what they voted for now. Yes, true that. Yep. All right. Very good. And we've got this. We've got one of many. When the government hit the lotto with the taxpayers' dollars, they ended up like the stories you hear about where they go broke within a year's time. A movie star no longer in the limelight. All right. Yes. It's crazy. It's crazy. Philibus, CERN could make more gold that would probably stick around if they used more sugar high liquor. Indeed, that's right, exactly. Check Stacker is here. That's right. Very good. Let's see here. Where are we at? All right. Thank you. All right, stalking every single one of you in the background. Good to see Red Crawler is with us tonight. Good to see you. Got to see you indeed. All right. And let's see, 295. We're 5 likes away from 7,000 likes. We need 5 more likes. I'm gonna get 7,000 likes. No, I'm kidding. We'll get 300. All right. And thank you so much, Hamilton Informant. I appreciate you, brother. Have a good night. Thank you for being here tonight. And Smooth 888 says here, with the silver dump, a paper dump or physical dump of actual solid silver. And yes, there is manipulation of all commodities, and the powers that be want to benefit them. That way they can buy, dump, or short all the items and make profits on their terms. Gold isn't used like silver or platinum in industry, so will always be at the mercy of those who buy it for the only reason of having it without any other purpose. Yes. All right. Yep, it's treasured. That's why it's so valuable right now. All right. I think it was probably paper dump, not physical dump, by the way, Smooth. Joe says, I keep about 10K in a checking account in a bank. Everything else is in a few brokerage accounts. and in the metal and some cash at home. I hope the brokers are safer than the government and the banks. Yes, I hope so too, for sure. All right. All right, let's see here. And B. Taylor is with us tonight. Good to see B. Taylor. And I got more silver in the dip. Congratulations. It's a good idea to buy in the dip for sure. Objective Sovereignty says this. Here in Australia, the government is taking steps to bring about an unrealized capital gains tax. It's getting scary. Bad enough with the capital gains tax will do, but even if you're a pensioner and manage to go without a few things, you could save up to buy metals from time to time, and you go to sell them to pay for a living and rising inflation, and you'll have to pay tax on that. With unrealized capital gains tax out of the whole mess, it'll be likely undo the whole point of buying metals in the first place, unless we, of course, swap metal services in the backyard produce directly with each other. That's exactly what they're there for, just for that very reason. And it's a shame. I hate what's happening in Australia. I'm sorry to hear that. All right, let's see what the markets are doing now. Oh, look at that. Gold up even more, 1.28% tonight to $41.10, $3,244.80. Silver up 20 cents now, a 0.62% increase, still less than half of the performance of gold. $32.58 for silver. Platinum up 3, palladium up 2. All right, there it is. Okay. Yes, indeed. It's a pretty big move for these metals in the course of this time, just about an hour and 15 minutes after the open. We've got Robert House says this about what the bankers say. It says, thanks for this. It is the exact reason why I do not save money in a bank. It's becoming a surveillance society. The plan to make money entirely digital is another example of financial institutions micromanaging people's finances, where it's none of their business. Keep on stacking. Exactly right. Thank you, sir. You're right. All right. Yes, indeed. That's right. Exactly. JM Unleashed is exactly right. Inflation rate should be subtracted from capital gains when being calculated, or else it's double taxation. But they won't do that. It's insane. Nickel, is that over not passing the great wonderful budget? Is what over not passing? I don't know what you're referring to. That it's a flawed bill. I know that for sure. They're still working on it, but it failed in the budget committee. They need to go back and revisit it again. Hopefully they will get something out there. Jim Webb, hey Sal, after years of being a regular customer of the Royal Mint, my account was suspended for over a week. I had to send passport, driver's license, etc. before I could buy anything again. They already have a record of everything I bought from them. Luckily, the gold price went down last week, and it was their loss. It's very frustrating. I'm sorry to hear that. Wow. This is another example. It's just absolutely crazy. Congress should only be able to buy ETFs, no stock picking. What do you think? Yeah. I think if you become a member of Congress, you should not be in the stock market. You should suspend your accounts or what have you because of the insider trading, and give them a bump in pay and prevent them from trading because there's a conflict of interest. I do agree with that. Thank you. PC Coinstar says beautiful. Thank you, PC Coinstar. Didier Prepper, thumbs up. Thank you. Always appreciate the thumbs up. Thank you, my friend. And let's get down here. Some more comments. We got this one here from Hob Bill says, how far do you think gold will dip? I just picked up a 10th ounce American Eagle for 6% over spot. Spot the time was 31.56. It's tough to say. It's up tonight. I really don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen. But I think it's if it's going to dip, I don't think it's going to dip much below $3,000 an ounce. If it does at this point. Carrie Taryn, when I look out 4K to buy gold and silver by credit, Union Teller asked very nicely what I was using it for. I asked why she wanted to know. She informed me that the people my age have been scammed and just wanted to make sure I wasn't. I just told her I was buying a car. All right, well, and that's good that she was looking out for you. Of course, that could have been an excuse as well, too. But there's better ways to ask that than to just say, hey, what are you using this money for? You know what I'm saying, Carrot Heron? But yes, thank you so much. Shotgun Susie is here. And good to see Tom Larson is with us. Good to see you tonight. And here is this, Daniel says, I did some research at the beginning of the Roman Empire. The average soldier made 30.75 troy ounces of silver per year. They were landowners and had families. Does anyone really believe they could do all that for $1,000 a year? Does anyone really believe that Judas betrayed Jesus for less than $500? I really believe silver's true value is closer to $2,000 per ounce, as Lynette Zhang just said the other day. Well, Daniel Vetter, I appreciate your research on that, and you are right in that, in so much as that's what they did earn. In fact, a day's hard labor of 12 hours for a Roman soldier was about a denarii. A denarius coin is about 1/10 of an ounce of silver, maybe a little bit less. Yea, though, you cannot and should not use that as a reference to what silver's value is today. Silver was a whole lot more rare back then. They had not extensive mining. Per capita, there was less silver available then than there is now. So it is a flawed analogy as to what it should have been valued at that particular point in time. Remember, in ancient Egypt, the gold to silver ratio was at 1-to-1. That's the only place, maybe a few other places for a very short period of time, and it wasn't that long that was 1-to-1 because it was hard to get. Supply chains and supply in general was a big factor back then. So we cannot use that to gauge the value of silver now. But anyways, so I hope you hear that response. I appreciate your thoughtful comment. I just disagree with Lynette Zhang and you on that, but thank you. Hex Dragon says here, silver will be jumping. The U.S. debt secret window has proved it. And also look at the silver dollar now. Well, the thing is, the secret window doesn't prove anything. I've used to cover those, and I've stopped doing it in part because they were it actually was hurting my channel, but there was a lot of the same messages over and over again, just kind of piped differently. But anyways, whatever gold reached by the time the new system is announced, silver gold ratio will be 8-to-1. Well, the new system, or the new reset, essentially the Gasser and Jasser, which I talked about in the video, is what this video is all about. So $5,625 silver is what it would be valued at if we were to base it off of the debt. We traded all that debt for the silver, it would be worth $5,625 an ounce. In theory, or by that direct transfer of the debt to the amount of silver that's mined. It's in a sense really the price of silver, but it's also a ratio based off the debt, based off of global debt, $315 trillion in debt. And of course that would be probably in an instant, of course, before they reset everything. And the reset is what I'm talking about in the video. Because obviously you're not going to be running around with 1 ounce of silver for $5,625 measured in today's dollars. You'd have to reset the whole currency. So, like I said, it's a thought exercise, but thank you. All right. Kurt Knorr says, I think I maybe could bring myself to sell some of my silver at $5,625. Yes, maybe. Yes, indeed. Provided that you didn't have to buy a loaf of bread or whatever else for that much longer. But again, a thought exercise. All right. You guys are great. Let's take a look at the markets again. Matt Weenge is here. Welcome. Good to see you for a few dollars more. Thank you so much. And glad to see THS is still with us. And we've got now gold is sitting pretty up $41 now for gold right now. They just keep going up, it looks like. 1.28%, $3,244.70. Silver is up 21 cents, $32.59. Platinum up 4, palladium up 2. We have 318 likes. Thank you, Nickel Stacking, for letting us know. Yeah, crazy. Look at that. Appreciate you guys being here and watching these markets. And it's been a good night for gold and silver. And platinum and palladium to some extent as well. Look at that. Gold especially is having a stellar night so far. Yes, indeed. Crazy, crazy. All right. Gold sitting pretty. That's right, Brad Wheeler. It is sitting pretty. Let's get back to more of these comments. All right. If gold and silver go way up in value, the problem is so will everything else. Can you imagine if a bag of groceries costing $500 or more? So it may look like you're rich in today's standards. In essence, you will be rich, no richer than you are now. Yeah, it's about essentially if you would match everything else up to it, it would be pretty expensive too. But look at the amount of debt that we're talking about here. I think everything would be reset. In other words, the dollar wouldn't be what it is if they would actually do that, wipe out that debt. All right. Are flips okay to store gold for a few months? Yes, I still would get the non-PVC flips. Mr. Big Test Unit, get the non-PVC versions because PVC leaves a haze, which is not good for the metal. Yes, indeed. So if you're going to get flips, make sure they're non-PVC variety. All right. Let's see here. Let's put a little more chaser in our cup here. Let's see here. Hoover grandson says, I still say buy silver. Never know when silver may shoot up from now till 5 years. Silver can go to 100K. Never know when. Well, I would not expect that. In fact, this video is not about expecting silver to hit 56.25 either. But I would buy silver not necessarily because it may sprout up or go to the moon. Buy it because it's going to preserve your wealth over the long course of time. Buy it because they can't control your money when you have it in a sound asset like silver. Those are the motivations for buying it, as an inflation hedge, as an insurance policy, and all that jazz. All right, we have Dean R. Is Dean R with us tonight? I thought I saw Dean earlier. Dean says here, bought a couple of gold nuggets today for a little less than spot. Way to go, only a couple of grams each. But love me some nuggets. That's awesome, Dean R. Very cool. A friend of mine has some nuggets. He may let me see them in time. Maybe even do a video of them. That'd be pretty cool. All right. Yes, indeed. Red Crawler is here. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. He's still here with us. AKA 47 is here. Ray Gilgrath is up with us. Some dude, 1777, has something to say over here on this. I placed my first order through Summit Metals today. Way to go, giving them a shot. I've been watching you for years, but I usually buy from my LCS. Thing is, my LCS doesn't carry Scottsdale Mint things. Thanks out for what you do. No problem. Well, I hope that order went well. And congratulations on that. And yes, as I always say, it's good to develop a relationship with your local coin shop. And good job. Kudos to you for that. Very good. All right. All right. You guys are awesome. Glad you're here tonight. We have got Axis of Evil. And by the way, I'm prepared to do some push-ups now. I usually don't do them on a Sunday night, but I'm going to do some push-ups. If anybody wants to throw that into my way, we'll do it. We'll get some push-ups out. But one way or the other, I'm going to do them. But we've got this here from Axis of Evil. Says, those kind of prices are the stuff of pipe dreams. It'll never happen. Well, Axis of Evil, I can tell you didn't watch the video. You didn't watch the video because it's a thought exercise. And I mentioned what would happen if it were to occur. You got to watch the video. $45,000 gold is possible in the next 3 to 5 years. $45 silver in 3 years. Volatility of the gold and silver market at the moment won't go anytime soon. That's right. That's true. I agree with you on the other stuff. Very good. All right. Hobo Bill. Summit Metals has better prices than my LCS. There are times when they will. However, Hobo, and again, Summit Metals is a channel sponsor. However, I still think it's a good idea to deal with your local coin shop for some things. It's about developing a relationship with a local coin shop and having that option just in case the worst case scenario happens. You know what I'm saying? But, I would say buy from both. even if you have to pay a little bit more from your local coin shop. I think it's a good idea to support the local guys too, even if you have to pay a little bit more. And that kind of works against my interest for being sponsored by a bullion dealer, but they pay me to be myself and to be honest with my and to look out for you as the because really in the end it's a symbiotic relationship. They want me to look out for you as the individual and the customer and the stacker. It doesn't do them any good to steer you in the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? All right. Yeah, and you might have to shop around if you're dealing with an LCS that's not very good. You might have to travel somewhere else. But even if you have to do that, even if you have to drive 50 miles to find one, then it's always good to do. And thank you so much to JM Unleashed for posting a link to the PayPal. Appreciate that. Friends and family, usually I do 2 push-ups for every $1 donated there, and 1 push-up for every $1 donated via Super Chat, because there's no taxes or fees taken out when it's sent via friends and family over on PayPal. So thank you so much. Very good. All right, let's see. Lulu Lucky is here. Welcome. Let's do one more. We got Dog Life Hub says, by the time silver gets to 5K, a loaf of bread will be 100. Well, again, I mean, yeah, you kind of missed the point of the video, but yeah, that's not what it is. Question: how can you say $56.25 silver if money loses value? Well, that's the result of money losing value. $56.25 silver partly is a result of money losing value, but it's an exercise in a different way with regards to with regards to the debt, world debt, global debt. Yes, indeed. All right, I'm gonna do some push-ups, guys. I gotta get the blood flowing here. All right, let's we'll get a look at these markets here real quick, and then I'll do a couple of push-ups for you guys as a service to you. And you guys do not benefit from me doing the push-ups, but I'm pretending like I'm doing them for you. It makes me feel better if I feel like I'm providing a service. Gold up 1.21%, up $38.60, $3,242.30. Silver up 20 cents now to $32.58. Let's get on it and do 2 or do 10. Good evening to DW. Good to see DW. All right, let's do it. Here we go. All right. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There we go. Yeah, figured I'd do those. Get the blood flowing here tonight. Thank you, guys. I'll put that towards the, I think somebody sent something earlier. We'll put it towards that. There's PC Coinstar. Welcome. Good to see you, sir. All right. Now silver's up 21 cents tonight. A 0.65% increase. I think that's the highest it's been all evening. $32.59 now. A gold up $40.70 to $3,244.40. There it is. All right. Platinum is up 4. Palladium up 2 tonight. All right. Wooshies, fan maids. Many people feel that silver's a little more undervalued. I think that is the case too. But I would not really compare it to gold in that way. I would say probably it's good to have both if you can do it. But it really depends on if you are very, very, very heavy on silver, then I would say gold is good to get to diversify. If you are very, very heavy on gold, then I would say take the opportunity with silver. All right. Well, let's see here. Very cool. I didn't know PC Coinstar had a channel. Thank you, James Unleashed. Dang, very kind of you. Check out PC Coinstar's channel. I just subscribed to it. That's cool, man. Wow. Awesome. All right. He's got a lot of subscribers, too. Dang, I didn't realize. Let's see here. All right. Let's see what we've got this way. We've caught up in the comments now. We'll take a look at these markets again. It's just kind of amazing to see the recovery so far with both gold and silver, especially gold tonight. Yeah, sugar high liquor. Yes, indeed. We've got to get that marketed out. Got to have the loan scammer call me to get the money to get that thing recorded and marketed. Let's see here. What do we got here? Oh, whoa, we just got this. Oh, man, look at this. Oh, man, thank you so much. Philibus, thank you, Philibus. Yes, if you do send money via PayPal, friends and family, make sure to put your channel name in there or your YouTube account name. A 10 spot. That is 20 push-ups. Thank you so much, Philibus. Very kind of you, sir, indeed. Wow. And, oh, my goodness gracious, we just got this in from Elliot Scott. $30 via PayPal, friends and family. Whoa, thank you. So that's 50. Man, and also Elliot Scott sent, thank you so much, my friend. Wow, very, very cool. I'll tell you what, let's do 20 push-ups and 30 curls for that. Thank you, guys. Very kind of you indeed. Wow. I'm honored and humbled. Whoa. Oh, my goodness gracious. Best Cash Flow just sent $20. Here, wanted to hear your thoughts. Let's answer this, and we'll get to those exercises. And thank you again, Philibus. Don't owe me any push-ups. Well, thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. I'll get the other one. Thank you, Philibus. So, Bassett says here, wanted to hear your thoughts. I stack 2,500 in silver, 2,500 in gold. I sell some when I go over and buy when I go under. I charge spot price to my investment budget, but charge premiums to fund money because on account of new purchases. All right, that's the way to do it. Stack 25. Is that dollars? You put $2,500 in silver and $2,500 in gold. Yeah, I think that's a good way to do it. I would say probably, depending on that, obviously with the price of gold so up and the premiums you pay, you're much more heavily weighted on silver in that regard. I would probably, Bass Cash Flow, I would consider probably doing a 3,000 to 2,000 ratio, or maybe even do it as per ounce, like maybe $3,200 or something like that. That's going to give you a lot less silver, but you get full ounces. All right. Do push-ups for the premiums. There you go. Oh my goodness, great. All right, thank you. All right, well, I'll tell you what. Let me just do this. Let me just do this. I'm gonna do curls. I'm gonna do 30 curls. How's that? I'll do 30 curls as a compromise. Here we go. All right, here we go. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Thank you. Matt Wings, that is a 20-pound barbell. But yes, it'd be nice if it's a kilo. I'd be a lot less. I'd be a lot less than that. Weigh a lot less. All right. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Very kind of you indeed. Unworthy. Still getting. Yeah, I might have sore biceps tomorrow. I've not done that many in a while. All right. But it's only a 20-pound barbell. So it's not too much. But I'm not a very strong guy anyways. But this is very good. All right. You guys are awesome. Let's see here. Let's refresh these markets here again. Let's see what we've got here. Silver's kind of hanging on to some of its gains. up 21 cents at $232.59. This is the highest it's been tonight. Gold is up $1.18 or 1.18%, up $37.70, $32 or $3,241.40. And actually, silver did get up to 32.61 earlier. And briefly, I see that now here. That's where silver went. All right, you guys are great. Let's see. We've got here. Yes, made me aerobic. That's right, exactly. Sure did. All right. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. We got to have a little fun from time to time. Stacker Ferocity. You aren't going to be able to lift them 10-ounce bars tomorrow. That's right. If the push-ups keep up, that's true. You're right. Yes, it's crazy. Welcome, Lidford. Thank you. B. Taylor still with us tonight. You guys are awesome. Feeling the love here. Proves on there. All right, R. Delgado. Have a good night. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate you popping in tonight. Truth or Nothing is here. All right, you guys are awesome. Okay. A lot of good folks here with us tonight. Sorry if I missed anybody saying hello to you. We've caught up in some of the comments. Yes, indeed. All right. Very good. And let's see here. What else do we have going on here? It's always nice to get caught up in that. But yeah, look at this. These markets move here. It's something else for sure. It'll be very interesting to see what happens tomorrow morning. Right around 8:30 is when the big smackdown hits usually. Does it happen on Mondays? I don't know. But there's pattern to it. It does seem to happen pretty quickly, but we'll see here. Hobo Bill. It is Kitco, which uses TradingView. Always use Kitco. I think that would be the best thing to do. All right, very good. All right, there you go. Bath cash flow. Yes, doing push-ups and stacking silver is a bit unhinged, but hell yeah. I'm going to give you 5 push-ups now, Bath cash flow. Yes, indeed. That's how we do it here. We usually don't do it on Sunday nights. But we're doing it tonight. We usually do it on the Friday and Tuesday broadcast, but let's do it. We're gonna get some. We're gonna make this thing happen here. Here we go. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh yeah, we are unhinged. We go crazy for push-ups here. Oh yes, indeed. Mr. E. Oh, there 2. Spot there. Thank you. Take it easy, big fella. All the wishes. Thank you, Mr. E. Appreciate it. We'll move that around if anyone else comes through here. Arius Bird. Talk about the new Saudi deal. It happened a couple of days ago. No, we have not. Although I understand that the deal was made with Qatar for Boeing. But I don't know the details of what happened with Saudi Arabia. Of course, obviously, presumably oil would be a big part of that. Another investment and trade deals and things like that hopefully were worked out. So we'll see how that pans out. All right. And let's see here. So there it is. All right. Very good. Let's get over here. See what we've got happening this way. All right. Let's see if there's any other comments that have made their way through just to see if we got anything. Oh, yes, we do. Cherokee Cowboy. Oh, yeah. Just keep on stacking. That's the way we do it. That's the best measure. Best idea ever to keep on stacking. Okay. And let's see here. Very good. All right, folks. Well, hey, I think we've since we've caught up on all these comments, and thank you guys for the super chats and the PayPals. You guys are awesome. We're going to be back here on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You guys are amazing, and so hope you all have a wonderful evening. And thank you so much for being here tonight. It's a pretty exciting market watch. The numbers are up, obviously, for all the metals here. We watched them happen, but you guys are amazing. So I want to leave you with this sage piece of advice, and that is to keep your feet on the stars and keep reaching for the ground. Ben, I don't think it'll hit 40 by year's end. I'm thinking 36. 36 is what I think. Others feel more, but thank you guys for being here. Have a wonderful evening. Have a good night. Take care. See ya.